Asunción, Paraguay is officially the new Medellin. And if it were a website, the domain would be called hotgirlswithdorks.com. So I am deeply embedded in all the big passport bro circles, right? All the Telegram chats, all the WhatsApp groups. People DM me on Instagram. They tell me, oh, yeah, have you tried here? And this place is amazing. You should come here. And then I ask my friends in my own personal group chats, and I go and I check out all these places. Asunción, Paraguay. Look how beautiful the girls are. This is like an Instagram page that we found there, like one of the top nightclubs there. The girls are beautiful. You got to give them that. But unfortunately, the rumors were false. The rumors being that it was the new Medellin. The girls were just as beautiful, only they didn't have tattoos and they weren't as many, let's say, hookah lounges there. They were just as beautiful, but they didn't have the tattoos. They didn't do drugs like the girls from Medellin. And there weren't as many hookah lounges because, in Medellin, there's a lot of hookah lounges, if you know what I'm saying. Well, unfortunately, the rumors were false, but they are beautiful. Again, this is showing from an Instagram page. We actually have a software that finds girls on Instagram for you. Now, this is showing obviously girls with public profiles that are tagged in a public page, but our software goes deeper and finds the private profiles so that you can have a list of all the hottest girls in your area and not have to be stuck on dating apps where you have a 9-to-1 ratio. You're in a weird algorithm built by nerds, can't match the hot girls. I just message girls on Instagram. I don't have to match with them first. They're hotter, they're more receptive, less flaky. If you want our software, go to my Instagram and message me the word scraper. But anyway, back to Asunción, Paraguay. So yeah, the rumors were all that there's no pay for play going on and this and that. And they're so beautiful. And I was super stoked to go there. And this video is actually inspired by Paul the German. Oh, and by the way, we'll get back to Paul the German in a second. For all you guys who want to say in the comments right now, why is this guy being so negative? And every time he reviews a city on his YouTube, first it was Guadalajara. He said how much Guadalajara sucks. Now he's going on a rant saying he struggled in Asunción, Paraguay. Can't this guy do well anywhere in any dating market? What benefit do I get about sharing the good dating markets with you brokies who don't pay me? The guys who are in my program, the guys who want to consult with me, I'd spill the beans on all the best dating markets. There's nothing more important than in terms of dating than the location you're in. It's not your height. It's not if you have a super awesome beard that your beard maxing level 9,000. It's not being tall, rich. It's simply the location that you are in. And obviously I get a lot of success. I even got some success in Asunción, Paraguay. I mean, let's stop the B-roll of the girls for a second, editor, and let's put some just clips of me, one of those mashup videos that I put on my Instagram. Clearly these girls that I'm kissing, dancing with, hanging out with, they got to come from somewhere. I am getting a lot of success. I don't mean to be negative here on my YouTube, but I gatekeep the best cities. I don't want to tell you brokies about them because you have to pay me. But listen, there's still a lot of value in this because here's the thing. Sometimes it's good to know what to do or where to go. But knowing what not to do or what or where not to go in some ways can be just as valuable as, knowing where to go. So at least I save you guys from stepping on landmines here. And I tell you about the bad dating markets. If you want to know the good ones, unfortunately, you got to stop being a fucking brokey. Look, you have a guy that's been living in Latin America for 10 plus years now. I'm fluent in Spanish. I'm getting really good at Portuguese. I've been traveling the world out of 2 large suitcases, plus a carry-on, plus a backpack for the last 2 years, trying all these dating markets so that you schmucks don't have to benefit from my wisdom, benefit from my experience. Okay, anyway, Paul the German. This video is inspired by him. He had a date with a super hot girl. I don't think I could probably show her, but also if I have permission, if you see it on the screen right now, I'm showing Paul the German. If I don't have his permission, I'm not showing Paul the German, but he's basically a Chad. He's basically, what Hitler wanted to create, the Aryan master race, a 5'11", 6 foot, good looking blonde German guy with blue eyes and low body fat and a cut by the type of guy you think girls will just be lining up for all throughout Latin America, right? But let's hear his experience with this girl that he was dating. I'm playing the audio message from Paul the German right now.
I like it too. I asked her, do you like sex? No, don't you like sex? And she's like, yeah, I like it too, but I want to get pampered in every way, basically. And I already knew what she was alluding to. But then she and I'm like, yeah, what do you mean? And she yeah, I actually have something I wish for, and I wish, and I would love it if someone would give it to me. And I'm like, yeah, what's that? What's that? I don't know. I don't want you to think that. And this was all by WhatsApp, basically. So yeah, and I'm like, yeah, if you don't tell me, I can't give it to you. And she said yeah, I want one of your suitcases. One of the suitcases you have, basically. And my suitcases, I don't know if you've seen them, but they are. I have Rimowa suitcases, which cost $1,500 per piece. So
So she's asking Paul the German, again, young. I think Paul the German is like 28 years old. Again, I don't know in the editing if we saw a photo of Paul the German or not, but take my word for it, no homo, he's a really good looking dude. And he's been hit up for cash. He's being asked for cash. He's not an old sugar daddy. Speaking of old sugar daddies, if you stay in Asunción, Paraguay, if you still want to visit, even despite seeing this video, you want to stay as close as possible to two malls. They're Shopping del Sol and Paseo La Galeria. Okay, these are the only two places to stay, the only things that are like areas that are like somewhat popping or happening in Medellin, in Asunción, Paraguay. And what you will see there, remember how I said like if Asunción, Paraguay was a website, it would be called hotgirlswithfuckingdorks.com. That's what you will see, right? You will not see any like young, good looking, fit guys with like their pretty girlfriends. No, you'll see hot girls walking alone, or you'll see hot girls with these disgusting, decrepit, looks like they're like they have such little collagen, like their skin is like falling off of their bones, like they're so old they probably like nut like dust on these girls. And yeah, you see beautiful girls, because you saw the B-roll of all the girls that we were showing there. I mean, the girls are beautiful. I can't take that away from it. The girls are beautiful, but there's also another problem too with their personalities, which I'll get into in a second. They have some of the worst personalities that I've ever encountered after, I don't know, say 25 to 30 countries, 40 to 80 cities. I don't know. I lost count. A lot of cities, maybe probably close to like 60 cities. But yeah, you see them in there with their old, decrepit, disgusting sugar daddies, and it's fucking gross, bro. It's literally fucking disgusting. And then you wonder why young guys like Paul the German, can maybe smash it a few times and start getting hit up for cash. Why I crush it in many, many locations. And I still got, a lot of dates here. That's why I'm ready to talk about their personalities in a second. Another phenomenon I want to talk about is in our group chat, we have a lot of different guys from different backgrounds. And I'm going to be honest, some of the guys wouldn't have what you would call like the highest SMV, the highest sexual market value. But we got a lot of heavy hitters, a lot of guys that did really well. My buddy Steven, we'll put some photos of Steven's Instagram, or like just, like a shot of like all his things. And if Steven gives me permission, we'll put some like pictures of Steven, like pulling girls. This is all from Cali. So Steven crushed it in Cali, Colombia. You might be saying, but Steven's not a Geeka Chad. Look, dude, he's putting himself in geographically like a good dating market, Cali, Colombia, which I'm not sure if it's still good, but I've heard rumors it's still good. Hey guys, back to the video in about 10 seconds. But first, if you want to get a photo shoot with me that led to amazing results for my buddy Alex, he actually got a hot Brazilian girlfriend within a week of doing his photo shoot with me. Then go to my Instagram, RedbeardRants1, and DM me the word photo shoot. All right, back to the video. Okay, we're back from our sponsors. But yeah, I built that profile for Steven. It worked. He crushed it in Cali. Did not do well for him in Asunción. And within our group chat, we have guys from a variety of like, SMVs and varying of social media. But the point being, again, I don't mean to call anybody out on a personal level. If you're one of my friends and you're in the group chat, I'm sorry to say this, but guys would take like, photos of girls they were with, videos, selfies of girls that they were dating. And I was not impressed with anything that I saw in there. Even guys that claim that like, oh, I live in Asunción and I know how it works here. There's, various guys, that said that. And then like they would post like girls and I'm like, bruh, like you're dating a fucking 5, dude. Like I'm being generous by saying she's a 5.5 maybe. I remember even one time I met up with this guy. He saw me in the gym. He approached me, was like, dude, I love your videos. I can't believe you're here. Like, let's gatekeep this place. It's so great. And I'm like, is it so great? Because I'm kind of wondering, like, I thought it was great when I got here, but like there's been issues with flaking and stuff, which I'll talk about in a second. And then I see this guy later on, and he's like obviously like a fan of mine. He admires me. He came up to me. And then I see him in front of that mall, Paseo La Galeria, and I noticed he's being really awkward. Like I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just waiting for my girlfriend to get here." I'm like, "All right, cool. Like I'm killing time too. Like I'll just wait and chill for you for a second," because he was gonna like have his girlfriend meet up with him and then get an Uber and go home. I was like, "I'm not in any hurry. I'll chat with you for a second." And he's like, he was kind of being awkward, and like everyone was like, "Well, okay, bro. Like, see you later. Talk to you later, bro." And like started shaking my hand. I'm like, why does this guy like want to get rid of me? Like, didn't he came up to me and admire me? Like, did I say something that like, does he not like me? Because he's like, oh, nice to meet you, bro. All right, see you later. Kind of like buzz off, like get the fuck out of here. And then I realized when his girlfriend arrived, he didn't want me to see his girlfriend. That's why he was trying to get rid of me. He was embarrassed. He was thoroughly embarrassed when his girlfriend showed up. And like, she wasn't like disgusting or anything. It's just, bro, it's like, you don't go to live in like the Southern hemisphere at like, the edge of civilization, 14-hour flight from the United States in Asunción, Paraguay for that. Okay. On to the flaking. 20 years or so, who's counting, of dating in the United States before I ever moved overseas. and then living overseas in Brazil and Colombia, I have been flaked by beautiful girls, even beautiful girls that I slept with on the first date. But I'm good for like one a year. Once a year, I'm good for a flake of a girl that like, damn, I like that girl, at least maybe the sex. I don't know about the person, but at least I enjoyed the sex and I would have liked to see her, but such a shame, even though I like her, she doesn't like me and she's flaking on me. Damn. I think in Brazil, like 2.5 years of living in Brazil, bro, I think that happened to me twice or once. Like I can't, it's like unheard, it should be unheard of. You're doing something wrong. In Asunción, Paraguay, in about 11 dates I went on in about a span of 2 weeks there. No, sorry, 2 months. 2 months, 11 dates. I think I got flaked on by like 7 of the 11. 7 of the 11 went on a first date with me. And then for some reason, factor or another, like ghosted. Maybe like they just ghosted completely. And I thought it was just me. I was kind of starting to doubt myself. I was having a little bit of like imposter syndrome. Like, aren't I supposed to be like this charismatic dating coach and friends with, you know, RSD Tyler, Owen Cook, and I have all these accolades, but like, what's happening to me? Like, am I losing my swag? Am I losing my charisma? Then in my group chat with my buddies, I realized it was all happening with them. And then I was at this point where kind of like, wait a minute, like, I see a lot of girls dating literal decrepit skeletons here. Like I see the most beautiful girls going out with skeletons. My buddy Steven was dating girls that were audacious enough to start asking him straight up for cash. And other friends in the group chat too. My friend Adolfo, whoever, I don't think I can put a photo of Adolfo. I'll see if I can talk Adolfo into it. No homo, Adolfo has the highest SMV of any guy I've ever seen in my life. Again, emphasis on the no homo. He's got a 10 out of 10 face, a 10 out of 10 body. He's rich. He's insanely charismatic. In Brazil, when he's in Brazil, he's fluent Portuguese because he is Portuguese. In Spanish, or in the Spanish-speaking countries, his Spanish is still fucking sick. Even Adolfo, the millionaire 30-year-old fitness model, is getting flaked on after first dates. Now, Adolfo was the one guy I would say who did good pretty well. And Adolfo definitely had some girls that I would say, like, you know, he got for free without paying for it, yada, yada, yada. But basically all I'm saying is this. Asunción, Paraguay has this underground hidden massive pay for play culture. Massive. Equal as Colombia. That's why I say it's the new Medellin. That's why I say Asunción, Paraguay is the new Medellin. All these girls, like, so don't believe the passport bro rumors that like, oh, Asunción is this great place. Like a lot of like nerds like to go there for like the tax benefits. You will meet some of the dorkiest, dude. No offense, if you're an expat in Paraguay, download everything you can by like RSD Tyler and like, you know, maybe Austin Summers, whatever other XYZ dating coaches, and like learn swagger because you guys got no fucking swagger. And just to remind you guys, I addressed this in the beginning of the video. I don't mean to be the complainer, the whiner, the negative guy. I know every video, you know, first I complain about Guadalajara. I always complain about Medellin. Now I'm complaining about how bad of a dating market that Asunción is. First of all, the negative videos do better. Like I talked about earlier, there are amazing dating markets out there, okay? Like let's throw so like editor, go to the Me with Girls folder and just show like me with like stunting on their face with beautiful girls. Clearly, I have cracked the code and I have found places where there's not hookah lounges. There's not a pay for play culture. And I do really, really well. You have to pay me. You have to stop being a brokey. Again, you have a guy that's lived in Latin America. I've been traveling nonstop for 10 fucking years, but you morons, some of you guys aren't morons. Some of you guys understand like the benefit of coaching and just, you know, having a guide, someone who's been there and can guide you on where, you know, you need to go. But this is not a whiny complaint. And we always talk about there's like, you know, equal value in knowing what not to do and where not to go than where to go. Now, let's talk about some of my experience in Asunción, Paraguay. So I did have some success. If I can, I'll throw some videos and some photos of girls that I took on dates. So as you can see, if I decided to do it, yeah, I'll decide to do it. Fuck these hoes. I'll just post some videos of them right now. Okay. So beautiful girls, but the personalities, I only found one of 2 personality types in Asunción, Paraguay. Personality type number 1, which I say that's actually about 50-50. No, I'd say this is about a little bit more common. I'd say about 60-40. Personality type number 1, which is a little bit more common, was no personality whatsoever. You almost want to like shake the girls, like, is there a human being in there? It's kind of like, you know, like those new cars, those Waymo cars where it's just like there's no driver inside. Is like, is there like a human being? Like, are there opinions and thoughts and like sense of humor? Is there any personality going on there? It's just like, hello, like, do you talk? Do you think? Do you have input on anything? They just like don't talk. They have the most whack, personality ever, but at least they're, kind of feminine, I guess. Yeah, just very, very feminine, very docile, whatever the word is. Or they have the opposite personality, which is about 40%, which they're insanely combative, and the entire date with them is a shit test. We'll try to find a picture of this girl's video of this girl's butt. I took a quick video of it as she got up for dinner. The best butt, the best hip to waist ratio I've ever seen in my life. Like, we're on a date with this girl, few dates with this girl actually. And, let's say I got some success, let's say, with this girl actually. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. And the entire night, the entire date with this girl was one long shit test. To the point where I'm just like, why am I arguing with this girl? To the point, like, look, I'm just going to avoid every type of argument I possibly can. And then in the car, something came about the debate between like wisdom and intelligence. I was like, yeah, they're not the same thing. Like, like a little boy, like a 10, 11, 12-year-old boy, he could be very smart. He could be very intelligent, but he's so young, he lacks wisdom. And then she argues, first chance you get, she argues, no, actually, because wisdom is like how you apply your intelligence or something. Like, the little boy could have wisdom. And rather than argue with her, I just kind of like, okay, I like that perspective too, I guess. Interesting. Try to just like change the topic, play neutrality. And you know what she says? She goes, you don't have to change your thoughts or opinions on, what you believe in. Just agree with what I say. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to like pistol whip this girl or some shit like that. Like, bitch, you're fucking arguing with me. Everything is a shit test. Everything you're fucking challenging me on. And then the one time I try to play Switzerland, just like, and I wasn't even like, saying, you know what, I'm wrong, you're right. I wasn't being like the weak man. You know what, baby, you're right. I was just kind of like, I like that perspective too. So you just can't win with this girl. And like little things like, I would come home, I'm like, hey, you want some water? We're coming after the day. Hey, have a seat. And I gesture for her to sit on the couch to like, hey, have a seat. I'll get you some water. And I look over and she's like on some chair that's just like floating in my living room. Like, did you see what I did there? You asked me to sit on the couch. You gestured for me to sit on the couch. But guess what I did? I sat on the chair. And it's just like, oh my God, like, why does everything have to be some fight or some shit test or just like girls complain like you should shave your beard like all night? They're like, like, bitch, I'm not going to shave my fucking beard. Like, learn to like grown men that have hit puberty and can grow facial hair. Like, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Like, I'm not fucking shaving my beard, bitch. It's also part of my fucking branding. And then you'd see weird things like, going back to my group chat, like, this girl, Andrea specifically, like all of us hit on Andrea at the mall, like typical pay for play girl. My buddy Chris got her number. My buddy Nick was like putting photos or videos like in the group chat of how, he's like, getting her to like give him a kiss on the cheek. No one ever banged Andrea. I don't think anybody ever got on a date. She's literally just walking around the mall looking for sugar daddies. Like these girls, they just roam around the mall, and this is why they flake on you. But if this wasn't clear, the reason why all of us in the group chat, not just myself, are getting flaked on after the first date is because they're like, they want to try out, a gringo for the first time. They're like, oh, gringos got money, right? They come here, they must have more money than the local guys. I think like the average salary in Paraguay is like, it's very low. It's a very cheap country. It's like $350 a month or something like that. And they're like, they figure, well, we got to have money, but it's not like over. They don't have like the brazen like ballsiness of like paisas of girls in Medellin, Antioquia, to just like straight up like ask for, well, I guess Paul the German, send that audio message. They're getting more brazen now probably, but point being, they are all little hookahs, and I don't give a fuck, Asunción, Paraguay. I don't give a fuck if you guys want to come take down my Instagram and say, he's saying bad things. He's saying most of the girls in Paraguay do pay for play. If anybody says differently, if any nerd expat, like watch, read the comments, some nerd expat like, ha, 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 this Redbeard guy, he doesn't, like, my whole brand is built on the success and showing off and vlogging with all the beautiful girls I get. So he's going to say, this guy's not getting success. Then he's going to say, I did just fine there. You're dating trolls, war pigs, beasts of burden. Okay, you're dating fat chicks. You're dating skinny chicks with no ass, and like, you're not dating hot chicks. The beautiful girls in Asunción, Paraguay are all little fucking hookahs, and I don't give a fuck who knows about it. I don't give a fuck who comes after me in the media. I don't give a fuck if anybody, I'm never going back to that fucking country again. I'm just telling it how it is. You know it's true. I'm not recommending any guys go there for sexual tourism. I'm actually recommending, I'm saying you stay away. So don't try to paint me with that brush again. Don't try that fake ass cancellation tactic again. But I digress. You know, there's a lot of good dating markets out there. Asunción, Paraguay is the bad one. I've said this a million times, you know. I just try to help you guys out with like the places you should avoid. There's many good dating markets out there. Have amazing. I even had success in Paraguay, despite how shitty of a dating market it is. But if you guys want to know the good dating markets, you can contact me on Instagram. My Instagram is RedbeardRants1. That's where you can find me. And if you're not a brokey and you want to benefit from the coaching and wisdom of someone who's been traveling through Latin America for 10 years plus, send me a message and we can chat. Otherwise, don't come here for the good dating markets because I don't reveal them to you brokies. It's also very, very risky to talk about, you know, certain dating. Like, I'm going to get blowback from this video. 100%. I'm going to get a matrix attack. I may end up in the news in Paraguay for this, you know, message, even though, just to state it clearly again, it's sad. I don't support the pay for play culture. It's there. I don't tell any guys, I'm telling guys to don't go there. I'm just pointing out, look, we as Americans, we want to go, we find true romance, true love, good relationships. The dating in our home country fucking sucks. And I'm just trying to help guys out. And listen, I'm sorry your country is full of hookah lounges. I'm sorry, but I'm going to tell the truth because no one else has the fucking balls to say what I say. And if you want to know the positive side of all the good places to go and escape my angry negativity that I spout here on YouTube and know the good places and see the other side of me when I talk in a different tone where I'm so happy and relaxed and not screaming and ranting about weird pay-for-play culture and girls that date fucking dorks for a living, then we can chat. You can find me on Instagram, RedbeardRants1. Like I've stated, there's also a link in the video description. Other than that, subscribe for more angry rants, I guess. All right. Cheers, boys.